Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. As per the usual, I am Cabo S. Cabo. Greetings and salutations, and welcome back. As you can see, we are heading back into the unboxing of Magic the Gathering, BloomByrrow this time around. And we're going to crack this open. This one's $64 at Myers. So, saw some videos about it. Let's see what we're going to get inside of it. We're going to get 15 traditional foils and 15 regular basic lands. 9 14-card play boosters. Oversized spin down. 2 reference cards. An alt art traditional foil Thunderclap trainer. And then the card box itself. So, without further ado, let's get this unboxing going. And as the usual, if you are enjoyed the video, please give it a like. And if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe to the channel because it helps out greatly, especially with that fucking algorithm. So we also got. Let's see here. See what the fuss is all about. Visitors to the valley take the form of charming woodland creatures. Open BloomByrrow, Collector's Booster, and you may discover old friends with brand new look. And it's got a nice little art piece there. Oh, so cute. We'll put the box up on the tool. We'll get to that. Bye. Thing over here. Fancy looking box. And as the normal usual, we got all of the extras that come with it now. We first have full art card. We got another marker of some sort. We got a very angry otter, potentially otter. Not sure, we gotta see the character types first before we start jumping to conclusions. They sent us again, well, part of that paper sheet, we got a bunch of 1/1 counters. So, help for token for those that aren't used to using the dice as tokens. We got another selection block. And then we have a couple more tokens. I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to be... One is potentially for a poison counter, and the other one for flying or some other type token. So, get the little nitty gritty stuff out the way. Let's get into the actual meat. A nice oversized D20. With that being this set symbol. Let's see here. So we'll get all this art out of the way. Get these tokens out the way. And of course, like the color of the dice, it's greenage, green and black. A couple of my favorite combinations. Thick packs. They all went with this. They're actually changing it up. They're all going the same art style on the foil. So interesting. So let's get started and open up the first pack. This looks like it's going to be the traditional boosters. Let's see. They gave us a attacking and blocking rules card, and how to cast spells. They also gave us a popular format card. And on your turn steps. Ooh, nice. They went actually full art. So there's the planes. No, they're planes. So we'll put those just in camera view. Island. And we have our swamps. I've always been a fan of the full art cards. They don't seem to want to function. There's 3 sets. Well, they're actually pretty slick too, so that might have a factor into them. Then we have our mountains. And then we have our forests. I could probably classify as a snow-covered forest, but we're not here to agree or disagree in that regard. We'll keep these just slightly off camera view so the rest of the cards can be seen. Next is probably one of the foil lands. Oh no, it's actually... There is the flashy Thunderclap Trainer. My apologies. It's offering its 2-drop, 1/2 Otter Wizard, 1 colorless, 1 blue, Offspring 4. You may pay an additional 4 as you cast this spell. If you do, when it creature enters, create a 1/1 token copy of it. Okay. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them and put it into your hand, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Top decking, that would just be very useful if you're sifting through your deck. Next up, we have our foiled full art, which I'm happy that they went back to. There's the plain, there's the island, there's the swamp, there's the mountain, and then the forest, and then they have the random foil lands for the set, or the basic lands, instead of the full art ones. I prefer the full art, but we all heard about that in previous videos. And our forests. So I like that they're going more full art. I hope they go back to that style, because that will, besides give the appearance better, that also will keep more artists making stuff for them. So let's get into it. First pack in. First card is a Intrepid Rabbit. I just gotta try and get it focused in. Offspring, it's a 2/3. Actually, we'll do it this way. It's a 3/2 drop. It's a 3/2. 2 colorless. It's a 3-drop. Let's try this again. 3-drop, 2 colorless, 1 white. It's a 3/2 Rabbit Soldier Offspring 1. You may pay an additional 1 as you pass a spell and make a copy of it. Whenever this creature enters when this creature enters, target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Next up, we have the Might of the Meek. 1 drop, instant, red. Target creature gains trample until end of turn. It also gets +1/+0 until end of turn if you control a mouse. Draw a card. Next up, we have Thornplate Intimidator. 4 drop, 4/3, Rat Rogue, 3 colorless, 1 black. Offspring 3. When this creature enters, target opponent loses 3 life unless they sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. Next up, we have the Baker's Bane Duo. 2 drop, 2/2. It's a Squirrel Raccoon. 2 drop, 1 colorless, 1 green. When Baker's Bane Duo enters, create a food token. Whenever you expand 4, Baker's Bane Duo gets +1/+1 till end of turn. You expand 4/+4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells this turn. What? Whenever you spend 4, Baker's Bane Duo gets +1/+1. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. Okay. One of the new mechanics. That's going to be interesting. Next up, we have Shore Up. So 1 drop, blue, instant. Target creature you control gets +1/+1 and gains hexproof until end of turn. For those that are not familiar with hexproof, it can't be the target of spells or abilities your opponents control. Ooh, they brought back dual cards. Nice. We have the Tempest Angler. 3 drop, 2/2, Otter Wizard. 1 colorless and 2 blue or 2 red or a blue and a red. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on Tempest Angler. Always like the hybrid decks. Next up, we have Fountain Port Bell. 1 drop, artifact. When Fountain Bell enters, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. Tap 1, sack the Fountain Port Bell, draw the card. Okay, next up, we have the Starforged Sword. 4 drop, artifact equipment. Gift a trapped fish. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. If you do, when it enters, you create a tapped 1/1 blue fish creature token. Okay, when Starforged Sword enters, if the gift was promised, attach Starforged Sword to target creature you control. Oh. A creature gets +3/+3 and loses flying. Equipped 3. So for you to have good, it's essentially a Mother May I. Here, you're going to give the fish. So next up, we have Hellfire Hero. 1 drop, 1/1, 1 red. Mouse Soldier. Valiant. Whenever Heartfire Hero becomes a target of spell or an ability you control for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. When Heartfire Hero dies, it deals damage equal to its power to each opponent. Oh dear God, this is the mouse from hell. God damn. Valiant. That is fucking broken. That could be too much fun real fucking quick. Target of spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, put a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, it throws damage to each opponent. God damn. That's not going to be fun at all. Next up, we have the Bushy Bodyguard, 2-drop, 2/1, Squirrel Warrior, 1 colorless, 1 green, Offspring 2. When this creature enters, you may forage. If you do, put 2 woman counters on it. To forage, exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food. Okay, another new mechanic. And the rare of the deck is the Valley Floodcaller. 3-drop, 2/2, Otter Wizard, 2 colorless, 1 blue. It's got flash. When you may cast non-creature spells as though they had flash. Oh boy. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap them. Oh boy. Interesting mechanics to begin with. So, well, we have a double rare. Essence Channeler, 2-drop, 2/1, Bat Cleric, 1 colorless, 1 blue, 1 white. As long as you've lost life this turn, Essence Channeler has flying and vigilance. Whenever you gain life, put a woman counter on Essence Channeler. When Essence Channeler dies, put its counters on target creature you control. Interesting. We got another full art Hollow Land. We also got a Thought Shuckler, 2-drop, 1/3, Rat Rogue, 1 colorless, 1 blue. They brought back Threshold. For Threshold 2, 1 colorless, 1 blue. Put a woman counter on Thought Shuckler and draw a card. Activate only if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard and only play once. Alright, then why do you have... Oh, so it must be just one time pay all that stuff up there. You can't just keep juicing it. Okay, but they brought Threshold back. That makes me happy. And this one's apparently Corsication Mage, 1/1. It's a creature token. Otter Wizard. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature deals 1 damage to each opponent. This token's mana cost is 1 colorless, 1 red. So, interesting. It's the first pack. I'm just glad to see they brought Threshold back. Next up, we have Life Creed Duo, 2-drop, 1/2, Bat Bird. Okay, 1 colorless, 1 white, flying. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. So it seems like they're adjusting phrasing or words to try and do some other stuff. Next up, Take Out the Trash, 2-drop, instant, 1 colorless, 1 red. Take Out the Trash deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control a raccoon, you may discard a card. If you do, draw the card. Next up, we have the Raven Raider, 1-drop, 1/1, Lizard Rogue, 1 black. Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures, so they brought back Fear. It's for an ability, pay 1 black. Ravine Raider gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Next up is Longstalk Brawl. 1-drop, 1 green. Sorcery. Gift a tapped fish. Choose target creature you control and target creature you don't control. Put a 1/1 counter on the creature you control. If the gift was promised, then those creatures fight each other. Alrighty. Next up, we have Flinch Formation. 3-drop, 2/2, Bird Scout. 2 colorless, 1 blue, offering 3. Flying. When this creature enters, target creature you control gains flying until end of turn. Next up, we have the Whisker Quail Scarab, or Scribe. I'm not sure how to say that last part. 2-drop, 2/2. Mouse Citizen. 1 colorless, 1 red. Valent. Whenever Whisker Quail Scribe becomes a target of spell or ability you control, for the first time each turn, you may discard a card. If you do, draw the card. Okay. Next up, we have Life Shell Duo. 4-drop, 3/4, Rat Otter. 3 colorless, 1 blue. Prowess, whatever. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Okay, and it also has when Light Shell Duo enters, Surveil 2. Look at the top 2 cards of your library, then put any number of them into your graveyard and the rest on the top of your library in any order. Looks like this is going to be just broken token decks, maybe. Next up, we have Starscape Cleric. 2-drop, 2/1, 1 colorless, 1 black. Bat Cleric. Offering 3, 2 colorless, 1 black. Flying, this creature can't block. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses life. So it's got, what's the mechanic that, I don't know off the top of my head, but there was a mechanic that every time you gain life, you deal damage. I know it's there, I know I've said it before, but we'll find it later on. Next up, we have the Reptilian Recruiter. 5-drop, 4/2, Lizard Warrior, 3 colorless, 2 red. Trample, when Reptilian Recruiter enters, choose target creature. If that creature's power is 2 or less, or if you control another lizard, gain control of that creature until end of turn, untap it, and it gains haste until end of turn. Okay. Next up, we have Splash Patrol. 1-drop, blue sorcery. Exile target creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. If that creature is a bird, frog, otter, or rat, draw a card. Nice, put that on an Icon Scepter. That'll be fun. Next up, we have the Fireglass Mentor. 2-drop, 2/1, 1 black, 1 red. Lizard Warlock. At the beginning of your second main phase, if an opponent lost life this turn, exile the top 2 cards of your library. Choose one of them until end of turn, then you may play that card. Alrighty. The rare of the deck is Wick, the Wardlid Mind. 4-drop, 2/4. It's a Rat Warlock. Excuse me. 3 colorless, 1 black. Whenever Wick or another rat you control enters, create a 1/1 black snail creature token if you don't control a snail. Otherwise, put a 1/1 counter on a snail you control. 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. Sack a snail. Wick deals damage equal to the sacrifice creature's power to each opponent. Then draw cards equal to that sacrifice creature's power. Dear God, that will not be fun whatsoever. Next card, we have another full art. And then we have a hollow of the deck, a Mind Drill Assailant, 4-drop, 2/5, 2 colorless, either 1 blue, 2 blue, 2 black, or 1 blue and 1 black. A Rat Warlock. Threshold. As long as 7 or more cards in your graveyard, Mind Drill Assailant gets +3/+0. 2 colorless, blue or black, Surveil 1. Alright, and then to round this pack out, we have a Bat Token. We got one more pack to go. Apparently they did full art cards for this set as well, which will be fantastic. There's the artist. I'll put that there. First up, we have the Warden Elder, 2-drop, 2/2, Rabbit Cleric, 1 colorless, 1 white. Pay 3 colorless, 1 white. Creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Next up, we have the Sarza Caps Brew, 2-drop, instant, 1 colorless, 1 red. Gift a tapped fish. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card. Target player draws 2 cards. If the gift was promised, target creature you control gets +2/+0 until end of turn. Next up, we have the Nocturnal Hunger, 3-drop, instant, 2 colorless, 1 black. Gift a food. You may promise an opponent a gift as you cast a spell. If you do, this creature, if they do, create a food token before its other effects. It's an artifact with 2 tap. Sack this artifact, you gain 3 life. Destroy target creature. If the gift was promised, you lose 2 life. Okay. Next up, we have Drool of the Spade, 3-drop, 2/3. A Rabbit Druid, 2 colorless, 1 green. As long as you control a token, Druid of the Spade gets +2/+0 and has trample. Next up, we have the Sky Skipper Duo, 5-drop, 3/3, Bird Frog, 4 colorless, 1 blue. Creature, Bird Frog, flying. When Sky Skipper Duo enters, exile up to 1 target creature you control. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay. Next up, we have the Life Creed Duo. We already talked about them. Next up, we have the Veteran Guard Mouse, 4-drop, 3/4, Mouse Soldier, 3 colorless, red or white. Valent, whenever Veteran Guard Mouse becomes a target spell or ability you control for the first time each turn, it gets +1/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. Scry 1. Look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom. Next up, the Vine Reap Mentor, 2-drop, 3/2, Squirrel Druid, 1 black, 1 green. Whenever Vine Creep Mentor enters or dies, create a food token. We have apparently Builder's Talent, 2-drop, instant enchantment class, 1 colorless, 1 white. Gain the next level as your sorcery to add this ability. When Builder's Talent enters, create a 0/4 white wall creature token with Defender. Level 2, whenever 1 or more non-creature land permanents you control enter, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. And then level 3, 4 colorless, 1 white. When this class becomes level 3, return target non-creature, non-land permanent card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Next up, we have the Persistent Marsh Stalker, 2-drop, 3/1, Rat Berserker. The Persistent Marsh Stalker gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control with Threshold. Whenever you attack with 1 or more rats, if 7 or more cards are in your graveyard, you may pay 3, 2 colorless, 1 black. If you do, return Marsh Stalker from your graveyard to the battlefield. Attack and attacking. So, that will bring us to the end of the part 1 video. I thank you all again for coming out to the channel. And until next time, this is Cobble saying, have a good night, and we shall see you in the next one. Stay tuned for part 2.